Right, hello, welcome back to Isolation Quarantine Day. This is a bit of a different video. The title that I'm definitely not going to use for this video is going to be called Sofa Stories, because I'm sat on a sofa and I'm going to talk you through an old golf story. Well, I say an old golf story. My idea for this video is I'm going to talk you through the best individual clubs, so driver, 3-wood, hybrid, irons, wedges, that I've used during my entire golfing career. So without further ado, let's get into it. First up, right, I've had a good few drivers during my time. A couple that spring to mind that have been mint: Callaway FT3. Mickelson had 2 of these when he won his second Masters that he won. He had 2 of these. He had a draw bias one and a fade bias one. I had a neutral one. It were absolutely sick. I also had a Cleveland Launcher when I was junior, moving into adults clubs. That were mint. That was the first carbon composite driver that you could have. One driver that I always wanted, right? My 2 brothers queued up to buy TaylorMade R7 when it first came out, and I am proper jealous that I were a bit too young to have one of them, because the hype around that club at the time was ridiculous. Also, need to give a notable mention to my current Ping G400 LST, low spinning technology driver. It is a beauty. I don't think there's out there at the minute that can beat it with all the testing that I've been doing recently. But, and this is going to surprise you ladies and gents, the one that stands out to me, the best driver that I ever had, I actually won it in a junior comp. It's a Mizuno MP600 driver. Now, for those of you that can't remember the MP600, I'm going to put a photo on screen of it for you now. It had this rail system, right? And the way that you can make it most forgiving was by putting the 2 weights as far apart as you possibly could. The setting I had it on was the low spinning, unforgiving setting, where I put the 2 weights together. And I felt like whenever I did this, the club face had no chance other than present itself as square as possible at impact all time. So I hit some absolute bullets with this driver. It had a Fujikura Fit-On 360 shaft in it. I have still got that shaft, I think, in garage somewhere. It was that good I couldn't throw it away. You know when something just matches up and it's just perfect? So best driver I ever had, I still think to this day, was this Mizuno MP600. 3 woods, this is an easy one. So I've never really got on with 3 woods. I've had Titleist, Cleveland, bit of all sorts really. The only one that has stayed in my bag for a prolonged period of time and has been mint all the time that it's been in my bag is my current Ping G3 wood. It was that good. I smashed the face on it and I had to get another one, and instead of getting something brand new, I bought the exact same club. Well, I got a replacement because Ping are good with repairs and returns and stuff like that. So 3 wood, Ping G. The shaft in that is a Ping Tour 90 extra stiff, I think. Could be wrong, but that's what I think it is. Right, next up, hybrid. Now, this is also going to surprise you. I've had Titleist, Ping, driving irons. So, a notable mention, don't quite get into my bag, my all-time best bag, because of this club that is going in, but my Titleist 712U 3/2 iron, worldy club. S300 shaft in it. You can hit the absolute best stingers I've ever hit in my life with that club. But the club that's keeping it out is an Adams Idea hybrid. Now, I ended up selling this to my mate Belly, and it was the biggest regret of my golfing career, because this club was mint. It had an Aldila Proto Bayou shaft in it. I think it was 21 degrees, and this was one of them clubs you could hit it anywhere between 230 and 170, and any time you could hit the number that you were wanting for it. Were a wicked golf club. And for those of you that know how much I like that 712U iron, that kind of shows you how good that this Adams hybrid was. The reason why I sold it to Belly was that there's a weight right in the middle at golf club, and you need a triangular key to secure it, but the weight fell out or were falling out, so I sold it to my mate for 25 quid, and I wish I'd have just screwed it in now. So hybrid, Adams Idea. Right, irons, this is a funny one. My current set, absolutely love them, but when we take a trip down memory lane, there is one set that stands out more than any others, and it is the original Titleist AP2s. Now, I had Project X 5.5 rifle shafts in these, and oh my goodness, worldies. Again, similar to the distance control thing that I spoke about with my hybrid, with these clubs you could just make them sing. Oh, you wanted to do with them, you could do. Forta pitching wedge. Not too dissimilar shaft-wise to what I've got at the minute. I've only gone to 6.0 since I started swinging it a bit faster. I had these clubs when I was about 14, 15 years old. My first, second set of adult irons that I ever had. Absolutely mega, and I think it shows how good they were that Titleist just stuck with him for so many years. They are now doing the T100, T200s and T300s as well, I think. And the equivalent iron to the Titleist AP2 now, I think is just so similar. So yeah, absolutely mega set of irons. So far we've got Mizuno MP600 driver, Ping G3 wood, Adams 3 hybrid, because that was the loft that it was, Titleist AP2 original irons 4 to pitching wedge, and now my wedges. Now wedges are something that I hold very dear to my heart. I did do a video ages ago, right, where since I've turned pro, I have kept every wedge set that I need to stop pointing. Every wedge set, that's Biggie Smalls by the way, every wedge set that I've ever had, I have kept since I turned pro. So I've had Clevelands, Callaways, loads of Pings. The best set of wedges that I ever had, I was about 14, 15 again. You know, you're probably realising that my golfing career peaked around when I was about 14, 15, and it did. It was a set of Callaway X Series wedges, and again, very foolishly, I swapped these for a friend of mine who was a junior golfer at the same golf club at the same time. So, yeah, stupid. The overriding reason as to why I think these were the best wedges that I ever had, I once playing in the Monday night comp at Ickleton, and I got backspin with a 15-yard chip. No word of a lie. I've hit this like, I just thought it was like a little half swing, pitch, chip shot, 15, 20 yards, and it spun back about 2 foot. The grooves on these wedges were ridiculous. They're about 3 foot deep. No matter where you are, the thickest rough, if you're in cabbage, if you're in custard, you could spin a ball back with these wedges. I had it in 54 and 60 degrees. We didn't really have a gap wedge back then. It's only been a recent thing that I've put a 50 degree in. If I did have a choice, I would put a 50 degree in this set. So following on from a Titleist AP2 original irons, we've got 50, 54 and a 60 in these Callaway X Series wedges. Now the putter, again, I've had absolutely loads of putters. I've had Scotty Camerons, I've had TaylorMades, Pings, all sorts. The one that I always end up going back to is a putter that I actually have shared custody with. So myself and another pro, Sam, who a lot of you will know I used to work with, both been very successful with this putter. So he like never sold it to me, but he said to me that I could lend it, but I could never sell it. And I was like, okay. So now I've got it, and it is mine, because he's not having it back. We're just not allowed to sell it. So this putter's, whenever I've won something of any significance, this has been the putter that's been in my bag. It's an Odyssey 2-ball blade, and funnily enough, it's the same one that Padraig Harrington used to win his 3 major championships. So there you go. I think it's got the original insert in as well. So the White Hot Odyssey 2-ball putters came out in like 2001, and it has got that face insert in it. So it's very old now. It's been cut down, extended, regripped about 8 million times. Currently, I think it's like 33 inch with a Superstroke 1.0 grip on it. Yeah, I think that's right. Probably a little bit too small for me, if I'm being perfectly honest, but yeah, you think about clubs that you always end up going back to, and that is certainly the one for me. Right, it's your guys' turn now. What is the best individual clubs that you've ever used during your golfing career? I want to hear it. Make sure you're leaving them in the comments below. It's been a nice little trip down memory lane tonight's episode, hasn't it? So if you like this kind of thing, make sure you're smashing that like button. We could do plenty more of these. I don't mind these sofa sessions and talking about, you know, clubs that we used to use. I might do a list of best golf courses I've ever played. That could be a potential video coming soon. That basically is it from me tonight. So like I said, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe if you've not done so already. Till tomorrow, stay safe. See you there. Laters.